So this Grand Prix has been overshadowed by the fact that Formula 1 is in a huge mess right now with financial issues where teams are having to go into administration, such as Marussia and Caterham, and other teams may even consider leaving Formula 1 because of the financial issues they're having right now. And all these problems have all been caused by Formula 1 distributing the money badly by giving the top teams such as Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes the most money, and then giving the least money to Marussia, Caterham and the mid teams. And Bernie admitted that all himself, and he also admitted the fact that there could be only 14 cars on the grid next year, and that they could be switching up the teams and having 3 cars per team, so 3 drivers per team. So we're not talking about having a reserve car for that race. We're talking about having actual 3 cars for one team on the grid. So that in itself has caused a huge outrage between all the fans, including me, because the only drivers that's going to come into this sport are going to come through Ferrari driver academies, McLaren academies, Mercedes academies, etc, etc. They're not going to come through small teams. And we know that the most talented drivers come from the smaller teams. We know this from Jenson Button, Mark Webber, Fernando Alonso, driving in the Minardi back in the day and moving up to where they are nowadays. So we know that this system works. No one really wants to see paid drivers come into the sport. We already know what that does, and I don't need to have to explain myself why, but it really is a shambles to see what's going on in Formula 1 right now. Eccleston also said on an interview on Sky Sports that they need to get rid of these engines or improve the engines so that they're louder, because there was a race promoter for the American Grand Prix that was with Eccleston during the interview, and he was also saying how people were coming to watch the sport expecting to hear these loud engines, and they hear these really quiet engines, and you know, the Americans aren't going to be too happy with that, because you know, they prefer watching IndyCar and NASCAR because it's a whole big spectacle and it's a lot of fun for people to watch, because it's all about that experience. You know, some people are only going to come here for that one time because they're spending a lot of money to go watch Formula 1, and they see this and then they think, oh, it's not really that much of a big deal, when it could be a whole lot better. You know, could you imagine if Formula 1 went back to V10s? I think everyone would be interested as well. But what really shows how Formula 1 is failing at the moment is the fact that the viewers itself is dropping incredibly. And I know, yes, it's because of things like Sky Sports and some countries deciding not to get the license to broadcast Formula 1 for free. So this is causing less people in watching Formula 1. And of course, sponsors aren't going to be too happy with that, because you know, less people are seeing the advertisements. And on the topic of sponsors, these sponsors aren't going to be too happy to see these financial issues and the fact that Formula 1 is having this bad image at the moment where it's just a complete mess and it looks like they don't know what they're doing. Why would you invest your money sponsoring some teams or sponsoring Formula 1 tracks itself, and then, you know, the whole sport is completely struggling with financial issues itself? It just makes no sense to me. But anyway, in my opinion, for this sport to survive, I think they should learn from sports like MotoGP, American football. American football, they give every single team the same amount of money no matter where they are on the league. It doesn't matter if you're the bottom team or if you're the team at the top, you all get paid the same. You have to make all your money through the sponsors that you get. So I don't understand why Formula 1 can't take this system and just keep it equal for everyone so that small teams can be able to survive in the sport. Also, I feel that they need to bring a better engine or a louder engine for this sport to survive. And finally, what they need to do is also try and get some free broadcasts going live in different countries, because some countries don't even have any broadcasts at all, not even highlights of the race, which is a complete shambles in my opinion. If Formula 1 wants more viewers, they should broadcast for free at least gives countries some highlights to show them. And also broadcast on YouTube, you know? Why not upload some highlights on YouTube? Everyone's on YouTube nowadays, everybody's on social media. Why not just show like a 2-minute montage, just like MotoGP does, and that's it. I'm pretty sure you guys will get a lot more viewers like that.